Speaking of Lonzo Ball, I'm sure you heard his dad is out there shopping a reality show for his family. You got Lonzo, who's about to make the leap to the NBA, but he's got two kids that are in high school right now. Like, just think of the shit that we pulled in high school, what it would have been like if we had a reality show. I mean, we'd be fucking legends, right?
Oh my God. If they had a camera crew following my squad around in high school, oh my God, we would have been the number one show in America. They would have been following us around like crazy. We did the stupidest shit. Oh my God. You know what? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, if they were following around the basketball team, I mean, I don't know. I'd have probably been on American Idol. We had this ritual on away games. If we lost our away game, you had to be dead silent on the way back. Like, you weren't allowed to talk the whole bus ride back. The cheerleaders are in the back. The JV team's there. The varsity team. It's just dead silence. You just had to sit there in reflection, embarrassed that you couldn't win the game. But I mean, if we won, some of my teammates discovered that I had some rap skills, and I knew Wild Wild West by Will Smith, and I would get to bust out Wild Wild West on the way back, on the bus ride back. So, I mean, it was cheering sections. I mean, it was mainly embarrassing for myself, but I did it for the good of the team. It was a lot of fun, and it got the spirits up. At least I thought it did.
How many years ago was that?
That was 04 or 03, 04. So,
like 13 years
14 years ago, 13, 14 years ago.
I bet you forgot them lyrics, huh?
Dude, I didn't. Is water wet? I fucking know those lyrics.
A wiki wow, wiki wow, wild west. Jim West, desperado, rough rider. No, you don't want nada. None of this, six gunning this, brother running this. Buffalo soldier, looking like I told you. Any damsel that's in distress, be out of that dress when she meets Jim West. Roughnecks who don't check the law and abide. Watch your step, reflect, or get a hole in your side. Swallow your pride, don't let your lip react. Don't wanna see my hand where my hip be at. Artemis, from the start of this, running the game. James West, taming the West, so remember the name. Now who you gonna call, not the GB. Now who you gonna call, G-double-A-D. You ever riff with either one of us? Break out before you get bum rushed.
Okay.
Dude, so everybody just basically heard that fire-ass Wild Wild West beat the whole time. You are Uzi Vert. You're that shitty rap that we hear these days. That's what we heard from you just now.
I was fucking busting rhymes, man.
Ah, dude.
All right, you can one-up me, I'm sure. What, did you pull off some crazy shit that you're glad the cameras weren't rolling?
Are you kidding me? I mean, shit. Oh, man. I remember one time we had some people over at my house, and this is when we were like 15, 16 years old. And I remember my brother brought us over some like beer and some shit that, you know, nobody else really wanted to drink, like some like Mike's Hard Lemonades and shit like that. And I remember we were getting all hammered, and I remember my brother threw one out in the middle of the yard and tossed this shit like 50 yards out, and he said, go out there and fight for it. And me and a certain friend of mine sprinted out to the middle of my yard, and he got there first, and I was kind of, you know, I was buzzing, and I decked his ass. I knocked him almost out completely. I decked my friend for a Mike's Hard Lemonade when I was 15 years old. Chugged that bitch. I remember at the end of the night, man, my brother's friend like shaved his eyebrow off and cut his fucking bangs off.
What the fuck? We actually did film some of our shenanigans. I don't know if you remember this. Like, kid Seth Ryder had a video recorder, and we pulled off some stupid shit, and some of it is on video. One of them was the milk chugging contest. I'm sure you've heard the basic theory is that you can't drink a gallon of milk in an hour without throwing up. Now,
yeah, theory, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that was like a big thing for like a little bit. And we were like, we wanted to put it to the test. So we like went to the store, picked up like 14 to 20 half gallons of milk. Like everybody put in like a special order. Some people wanted 2%. Some people wanted chocolate milk. I wanted skim milk. And then we just all got around like a bucket in case shit went down. And we decided we were going to chug some milk. Like just typical stupid ass high school shit. But I remember I don't know. There's just, so for some reason I'm able to open up my throat and I can drink things really fast. And I downed.
Oh yeah, I bet you could, motherfucker.
I can. Yeah. And I downed the first, I downed the first half gallon in about 18 seconds. And like people like did spit takes when I said I was done and they couldn't believe it. And here's what I should have done. If I'm smart, I wait 55 minutes, let that shit settle, and then I go again, and I probably would have been able to pull it off. And then I would have been a legend. But no, I'm stupid.
Bitch.
Yeah, so I immediately start drinking the second half gallon. And I'm obviously the first person to throw up, and I just hurl right into the bucket. And I take a break, and by that point, everybody's starting to throw up. And I'm just, I want to at least finish the second half gallon, even if I'm puking my guts out. And I start drinking it, and I lean over, start throwing up, and motherfucking Pat Lockwood fucking hurls, pukes right on the back of my head. I was so pissed. And he did it on purpose, too. He did it on purpose. I knew he did it on purpose. And so I go in, clean up, and I'm pissed. And I'm trying to think of what I can do to get back at Pat. And it hits me. I'm going to get him to drink puke. So somebody rolls up, like Justin Lang or somebody, or Derek Gerber. It was Colin Tong. And Pat goes over and talks to him and leaves his milk jug behind. And it was chocolate milk. So, and it's like half full. So I dunk it in the puke. And by this point, I mean, this bucket is just loaded with puke. And I let a good amount of puke get back into that.
That fucking word puke.
And gross. I wipe it off. And then I just yell out, "Hey, Pat, are you going to finish your half gallon, or are you a pussy?" And he perks up and he just goes, "I ain't no pussy." And he runs back, starts slamming the half gallon of puke. And then all of a sudden, like, his eyes like bulge and he just stops and then he just goes, there's chunks in it.
Fucking cottage cheese, buddy.
So, yeah, he puked on me, but I got him back. I got him to drink puke. So that's and that is actually on video. I'm so glad that was not posted on the internet. It's out there somewhere, though. One of these days, it's going to surface. Like if I run for office, that'll pop up of me getting puked on, and getting another dude to drink puke, and then my campaign will be over.
Hey, let's be real. You will never run for office because you sit on your ass for 20 hours playing video games all fucking day. You will never be healthy enough to run for office with your fucking blood clots in your thighs. But listen, I love Pat. He's funny. I got a story about Pat. I do have a story about Pat. So my brother and his friends, they made me and Pat stick 2 lawn chairs at the end of my driveway, stick like a case of beer in between the lawn chairs, and they took a towel and they wrote "free sluts" on the towel in duct tape, and they stuck me and Pat. Me and Pat had to take our shirts off, and we wore like these short ass shorts. We put on our Nikes, put on a bra, stuffed it full of washcloths, and we had to sit at the end of the driveway with our legs crossed, and my brother made us do this shit. So that wasn't good enough for them. So I lived outside of town, guys, so this is like a couple mile run. They made me and Pat get off the chairs, and they made us run from my house to downtown Oak Harbor, Ohio. And they were following us in the car honking their horn, going slow as shit, like cars had to pass them and everything. Just honking their horn, and we're sprinting down the fucking road, sprinting down the sidewalks, wearing a bra stuffed with like washcloths and short ass shorts, and we're carrying this towel in between us that says "Free Sluts." And we're running down the fucking street. We have cars honking at us. We make it downtown to Sunoco Station, and we run into a couple like high school people. And I'll never forget that Nick Snare. He looked at Pat. And he's like, "You know you're a fucking faggot, right?" And Pat goes, "I don't give a fuck. You want some free pussy?" And get this shit. Nick Snare called him a faggot, but Nick Snare wound up gay